I mean, I don't think it's that terrifying, you know? We're putting it all in the hands of, you know, a bunch of people who clicked buttons behind a Facebook ads platform. So it's perfect, right? But no, hi, I'm Jessica McGlory. I'm Director of Paid Social at Jellyfish. And this is how Paid Social will decide the next 10 elections. You can see my social channels. I couldn't, resist putting it on the page. I can't be the director of Paid Social and not let you know how to find me on Insta. So there it is. But some of you might be wondering, what is paid social? Well, paid social refers to all forms of marketing use of social media where advertisers pay for ad placement, or as the press and media likes to call it, Russian Facebook ads. Now, I know a lot of us have heard about the Russian Facebook ads, but I don't know how many of us have actually seen any of the different examples that they put out to America. Luckily, Congress got a few of them and put it forth, and the New York Times got to let us see stuff like this. Yes, that's Bernie Sanders in a coloring book mode for a nice little Facebook ad underneath the guise of LGBT United. Now, this was kind of ridiculous, and then it got a little absurd. If Satan is telling that if Clinton is going to win, like if he wants it to, but Jesus will be able to stop him. So this was one that obviously was trying to go after more of like the religious right, and it seems pretty obvious to us what it's trying to do. But then there are ones that are maybe not as blatant or absurd, right? Heritage when it comes to the Confederate flag, not hate. When it comes to the borders, we're just securing the borders. These are some of the different language that were used in the Facebook ads. And then, with woke blacks, I mean, everyone who's black in here, we all know that's what we talk about. Stay woke, that's it, right? But in the language, you can see that it says, join us. I don't know if you've all been to Russia, but there's not a lot of us hanging out over there. But those are the ads. And then they wanted to flip it to kind of the other side, saying, police, if you support the police, back the badge. All of these different things would be pretty insignificant if there weren't just so many people on social media. In the United States, we have over 155 million people on Facebook. 104.7 on Instagram. The smallest one is Tumblr at 21.3 million, and we probably got like half of their users in this room. That's it. To give it better context, think about how the United States has 323 million people. That means we have 1 out of 2 people on Facebook, 1 out of 3 on Instagram. This is really staggering. And what makes it crazier is that we gave them all of this information, like where we work, if we're in a relationship or engaged, what we like. We checked in at restaurants and businesses, literally just passing over data so they can know exactly how to target. And then what did the platforms do? They paired it with Axiom, Oracle, I know that they were around, Experian. So they have all our credit card data, our cloud data, and all of our financial history to pair with all the stuff we already gave them. And so what does that lead to? Well, then we know exactly how to target this guy. Single, black, I can even know if he's recently single, looking for bae, what sort of apps he's on. Can know what school he went to, anything. I can even make sure that I target, I'm just kidding, y'all, I can't target a baby, but I can target the parents. So the new parents that have this child and, are kind of on the fence of what they want to do and who they want to vote for because different life events happen, that will come through, and I can make sure to get to them. Then I can make sure to target a lot of awesomely attractive queer women, if I really wanted to, at any given point in time. Yes, indeed, if I wanted, I could make sure that every single one of you within a 1-mile radius were to see an ad. It's that great with targeting, what can I say, But when you think of all this targeting and everything that comes through, you start to see a lot of these different ads units. So these are the ads that we're used to, the lenses on Snapchat, regular ads we see every day on the social platforms. But there's going to be new innovations that are going to happen if people want to win the different elections that are going to be coming up. There's going to be canvas ads where people could literally choose their own adventure. You could click on the ad and see a video that will serve to you if you want to learn more about immigration, or if you want to learn more about police brutality and what's going on in that space. Everyone loved the dancing hot dog. Everyone. However, just imagine candidates actually having an AR Bitmoji that can talk to you about your most important issues to you through Snapchat. And then also, this might sound kind of crazy, but I really think there's going to be a bunch of recipe ads that come out on Pinterest to help people get ready for their rock the vote parties. So when you have those sort of options, you also have influencers, right? YouTube, the Gram, Snapchat. The great thing about influencer comes in is that not only do they talk about their different verticals that they're in, whether it be sports or makeup, it doesn't matter. They also talk about the issues that are most important to them. So leveraging them beyond their audiences that they've already built and their subscribers, we're going to start seeing them in paid social ads to really reach people for the issues that they find most passionately attached to. Because ultimately, it is the issues that get people to shift with the different presidential races and all of the different elections that come through. We had Michigan, Wisconsin, we had Florida, we had a lot of states that flipped over from what people were predicting to be blue. And why was that? When we think about those top issues that were kind of coming into place. Now, we might be thinking now, well, obviously there's a ton of money that got spent. Well, in 2016, $81 million out of the $600 million digital budgets between Trump and Clinton went to Facebook ads. This might seem like a lot, but really out of that big chunk, it wasn't that much. For the 2018 midterm elections, we're looking at $600 to $700 million predicted to be spent on Facebook ads alone. So with all of this money, all of a sudden, and we know that we can target, we know who we can approach and who we can go after, we're starting to look at the House race a little bit differently. We'd have to start looking at the Senate race, which has a lot of states up for grabs, a little differently, and the races for governor, a lot differently. We even have to start going down to the mayor level to know exactly who we can be able to target and who we can be able to get in front of. Because really, when it comes to paid social, with the right content delivered to the right person, at the exact right time, they're going to show up here, and that's how the election is going to get won. There it is. Now, who's going to be putting in the work to make sure that whatever issues that we want to make sure are getting pushed over the line are going to come through? Well, I think there might be some data analysts in here who are happy that there's a bunch of data given up freely by everyone on social. There could be some media buyers, creatives, those who are in AR, AI, pollsters, strategists. All of you queer, badass, people of color, everyone, if we come in and we put our skills to use, think about the impact that we could have on every single election. Actually, not even for the next 10. To be honest, it's probably for the next 20 to 30, but I was being a little conservative. That's not usual for me. Obviously, I'm black, but here it is. Now, when we have all of our different skills come together, it'll no longer be the question of how will paid social decide the next 10 elections. It will be how will we? Thank you.